Hi, welcome to SBR Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. It's my favorite time of the week, the Can Caddy Cash show. Right now, it is NFL Week 6, and last week, Jeff Cadillac, 3-2. Now he's 14-11 overall on the year, 56%. I cannot fucking believe it. Jeff Cadillac, thanks for being back with us.
Thank you, Peter. Thanks for having me.
Jeff, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. You know what it reminds me? It reminds me of like the global warming deniers. You know, there's a lot of people who deny global warming, then you're like, all right, well, the glaciers are melting, all the animals are fucking dying. You're still denying it? And they're like, yeah, maybe not. And it's this exact same thing with the Jeff Cadillac deniers. I'm like, 14-11, 56%.
Easy there. Hey, Peter, easy there. I told you at the beginning of the season that I was going to have a good season.
You did.
So, listen, you know, this is a crazy kind of business we're in. Some weeks are good, some weeks are bad. Some seasons are good, some seasons are bad. But this season's going to be a very good season. And hey, you know, things are going well so far, so I'm not gonna mess with it.
Wow, look at how calm and serene Jeff Cadillac is down there behind the camera. He's like a Buddhist over there. I'm all hopped up. I'm all freaked out. 14-11, 56% Jeff Cadillac. I can't believe it. Awesome record. Thanks so much for all your great advice in these videos. And let's see what you have for us for NFL Week 6. What's your first pick, Jeff Cadillac? First game.
Okay, for my first game this week, I got Detroit at Minnesota.
Okay, Detroit, Minnesota. That game doesn't have a widely available line yet, Jeff Cadillac. Should we give you this one? What line are you going to quote here?
Well, I got Minnesota +3, so I don't know what you guys are looking at, but based on that, I got to tell you that Detroit right now, Megatron and Reggie Bush, they're injured. Doesn't look like they might even play this weekend. They fell apart last week against Buffalo. I didn't like what I saw. I liked Buffalo in that game. I don't remember if that was one of the games I picked, but I definitely liked the Buffalo +7. Now, Minnesota, we all know, got creamed last week against Green Bay, but that was without Teddy Bridgewater. Teddy Bridgewater has said he's going to play. He's cleared to play against Detroit. I like Minnesota at home for this game. I think they're really going to regroup. They're going to do well. Detroit is a terrible road team. As a road favorite, their last 9 games as a road favorite, they're 2-6-1, and the 2 wins that they had was against the Jags, so what, and Washington. If it's available and you can find Minnesota +3, I would take it in a heartbeat because Jeff Cadillac is.
All right, just relax here for a second, Jeff Cadillac, because there's no widely available number right now, and I did see +1.5 at Bet Online. I'm not sure we can give you Minnesota plus. I mean, you're slick. You're a slick guy. You're a tricky Buddhist over there behind the tricky handicapping, calm Buddhist, serene behind the camera right there. I'll tell you what we can do though. When a widely available number comes out, we can give you the opening number on Minnesota at whatever that widely available number is. But I can't give you +3 right now.
Okay, that's no problem. That's no problem at all.
Do you want to take? Are you willing to take Minnesota at whatever the widely available number is when it comes out?
That's fine. You put me down for Minnesota, whatever, with the wildly available number when it comes out.
Okay, there we go. Just to be clear, it's probably not going to be Minnesota +3, but whatever it is, Jeff Cadillac willing to take it. All right, Jeff Cadillac, what's your second pick for us? NFL Week 6.
My second game of this week is Chicago at Atlanta. Atlanta, you tell me, Peter.
I have -3 or 3.5 market wide.
I like it -3. I like Atlanta at home. Big comeback here. Atlanta, as we all know, is terrible on the road. They were up 20-10 against the Giants on the road last week. What do? All of a sudden, they fell down, disappeared, and Giants came back 20 unanswered points, beat them 30-20. Chicago, up on the road, 21-7 at Carolina, and who shows up? The old Cutler. He shows up. The whole team goes into the tank. They lose 31-24. They scored 3 points in the second half. It's unbelievable. So who do I like here? I like Atlanta at home. Some home cooking for Atlanta. They are wonderful in the dome. They're not as great on the road as, you know, Mike Smith likes to tout all the time. But I can tell you right now, Matt Ryan and company, if they want to really survive this season, they need to win at home, and I like Atlanta -3 at home.
All right, sounds good. It is unbelievable. All right, what's your next pick for us, Jeff Cadillac? Next game.
Okay, this one might be a surprise to some, but Jacksonville Jaguars at Tennessee Titans.
All right, this is another one, Jeff Cadillac. I'm not seeing any widely available line at all. I have seen -6, Tennessee -6 at Bet Online, but again, that's not a widely available number. What line do you have?
I love Jacksonville +6 here, and I'll tell you, and I like Jacksonville to possibly win this game outright. I think they're very due. Tennessee is the one team that they have a winning record against. In the last 10 games, the Jags are 7-3 against the spread with Tennessee. The last 14 games, the dog in this rivalry is 9-5 against the spread. Okay, Jacksonville last week, they lost against Pittsburgh. That's no news there. Big deal. But if it wasn't for the pick six that Bortles threw towards the end of the game, that game was very close. Could have gone the other way. I had Pittsburgh -6.5 in that game. I liked it. Pittsburgh. But this is going to be a breakout game for Bortles. He is learning. I have a lot of faith in him. Tennessee is right now, Jake Locker, it looks like he's not playing this weekend. Again, it's going to go to Charlie Whitehurst. But for some reason, the Jacksonville Jaguars always get up for the Tennessee Titans. If you look at the 2 games that he played last year, very competitive games. I believe right off the top of my head, I think they beat them 1. I think they covered maybe in both. They always play them well. I love Jacksonville. If you can get 6.5 for this, but I like Jacksonville at 6. Take it, run with it.
I certainly can't disagree with your analysis. It could be going to be a very big game for a Bortles, but again, not a widely available line, so we're going to have to. You can either pass on this one, or you can take whatever the widely available line is when it comes out.
Okay, well, you did mention about 6 points, so
No. At Bet Online, it's not a widely available number.
Okay, no problem. I don't want to step on anybody's toes.
All right.
But I'll take whatever's widely available when it comes out. You lock it to me.
Okay, Jeff Cadillac. Very, very tricky guy, but I love it. Jeff Cadillac just trying to get any edge he can, and he should. Absolutely, that's what you're supposed to do as an NFL handicapper. All right, what's your next game for us this week, Jeff Cadillac?
My 4th game here is Green Bay at Miami.
Yep, and I have +3 or 3.5 market wide.
Okay, I like them. I like Green Bay on the road -3.5.
No, -3, Jeff, -3.
Okay. Sure, no problem. Like I said, don't want to step on anybody's toes.
No, you have -3.
Okay, Aaron Rodgers is like a machine. If you watched the game last week, okay. I believe if Teddy Bridgewater was in that game with Minnesota, game possibly could have gone differently. Christian Ponder was in the game, so I said bet the house on Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers, he's got that offense tweaking. They are like a machine. He doesn't make mistakes too many times. If you notice, he goes down the field. I love him. Miami. So what? Last week they beat Oakland. Big deal. Okay? They haven't looked good. Miami hasn't looked good since week 1 when they put it all together in the game against New England. So what have they done since then? All they've done is lose. And the team, Cameron Wake, he was like all world in game 1. He hasn't showed up for the last 3 games for Miami. Also, last time, Tannehill was almost ready to be benched. They were getting fed up with him. But he had a breakout game, again, against Oakland. Nobody cares. Now he's got the real test against Green Bay. But I love Green Bay to go down there. Business as usual for Green Bay. I love them. Lay the points. And we can all go home happy.
All right. Again, I can't really disagree with your analysis. I think it's going to be Green Bay. All right. -3 is widely available. What's your 5th game for us, Jeff Cadillac?
Okay. My 5th game here shouldn't be any surprise.
Okay.
Let's talk Denver at the Jets.
All right. Well, right now I'm seeing +8 market wide Jets.
Fine. Perfect. That's the number I'll stick with. I like Denver -8 at the Jets. Okay. I loved in one of the games that I covered last week for SBR. I loved San Diego, and listen, look at this team. I mean, the Jets, the quarterback, Geno Smith, he doesn't know whether he's coming or going. That offensive line, terrible. Secondary, terrible. Then Vic comes in the second half. He looks worse than Geno Smith. I mean, what's going on with this team? Rex Ryan says, oh, if the team's no good, he won't be around. Yeah, gee, no kidding, Rex. If this team keeps going into the toilet, you won't be around, that's for sure. So, you're talking Denver. Peyton Manning last week, they were playing very well. But one note I got to mention is that they did knock out Drew Stanton, and a guy that was probably driving a taxi cab a week before filled in as the quarterback. So, Arizona, I liked Arizona last week against Denver with the points, but when you knock out your quarterback and you got some guy who hasn't played ever, well, that's a problem. But Denver right now, they're getting back. The offense is playing well. And the Jets are just like, the way they're playing right now, they're going to be like in Division 2 or something like that. If there was a Division 2 of the NFL, the Jets would be there. I would say lay the points. Denver should score about 40. The Jets should maybe score about 10.
All right, again, I can't disagree with you. Jeff Cadillac, Rex Ryan says he's not going to be around if the team goes in the toilet. Thank you, Captain Obvious, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Denver -8 it is for Jeff Cadillac's 5th pick for NFL Week 6. Thanks so much, Jeff, and we'll talk to you again next week.
The SBR Network offers free sports picks and game breakdowns. Big money free betting contests year-round. A real-time Vegas-style odds monitoring service, and much more. So come see for yourself. To stay updated on SBR news and promotions, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Google+, and do be sure to subscribe to the Sportsbook Review YouTube channel to catch all our daily sports shows.